Dude, did you see the Enron post today?
Enron? Yeah, what did they posted something?
They dropped an hour before Michael got to my house today an advertisement for a new thing. I want you to look this up as I say this. The Enron Egg, a home nuclear reactor to power your house.
An at-home nuclear reactor.
Bro, they have a picture of a family opening it and using it for heat.
Nuclear egg. That's how you know it's safe. Because of the ergonomic shape.
Is this where the world's going?
Yeah, I think we're about 5 to 10 years from robots with artificial wombs.
Are you crazy?
See you next Tuesday.
Tuesday. Unbelievable.
This is
Straight
scary.
up, dude. It's straight
It's
up.
a scary
I think
world.
for robots with artificial wombs, we're probably closer because
Yeah.
the world's unfortunately a gross place.
So you just power your entire home with a nuclear reactor that just sits on like a desk?
These motherfuckers got in trouble for being frauds. Came back. They said, let's put a nuke in everyone's house. I'm going to tell you guys a theory that I had years ago. So not even years ago. I think it was like a year ago now. So me and my general manager from our retail were coming back from the airport when we came back from Vegas. And I don't know why. I think I was deprived on sleep and just kind of coming down from shrooms and stuff. And I was like, so what's going to happen is, I literally just started doing this. I said, what's going to happen is Elon Musk is going to fucking go crazy. He's already on the path. This is a year ago, by the way. Just want to say that. But Elon Musk is going to go crazy. He's on the path. He's going to get chips in a fuck ton of people because people are going to want to be connected to the internet, right? People are just obsessed with the internet. Regardless of what we think right now, I think a huge amount of population are going to put on the Neuralink when they come out, right? So then he's going to take all the Neuralinks and all of his Teslas and he's going to put his command code in. And they're all going to be his technological slaves, right? Hold on. This is a little bit. He's going to be literally if you're not with me, you're fucking dead. Okay. And if you're with me, I control you. He's a sociopath, in my opinion. But so that's going to happen. He's going to become this Joker level mastermind level threat. And you know who's going to come out of the fucking woodwork? An off-brand Batman who's going to get the job done. But I'm telling you this for a reason because I know who it is. So this Batman's going to come in with a technologically advanced suit and weapons. He's going to have a machine, a vehicle that flies and also drives. And he's going to be the person that's shutting down a lot of this shit, right? Okay. And you know who that's going to be? The unlikely subject. And I'm telling you right now, Zuck. It's Zuckerberg.
Look, Mark Zuckerberg's Batman?
Listen.
Come on.
Listen.
We can't be that. Okay, Elon Musk, maybe we can't be that deluded to say Mark Zuckerberg's a hero.
Hold on. Mark Zuckerberg didn't just win a jiu-jitsu world tournament, and literally first place. He's not capable. He doesn't have the money to do it, and he doesn't have the negative persona for the world. Everyone looks at him like a robot. It's the perfect person to actually pull it off. Yeah, he has all the money.
Also a megalomaniac,
dude. But I think that if Elon starts taking on the world, that I think that Mark Zuckerberg will be like, I can't do this. And then if it's not him,
he did already try to challenge him to a fist fight.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So if Elon goes evil, even if it's just to take Elon down and to win the good grace of the world in a fucked up manipulation plan, he's gonna take Elon down in this version of Batman. And then Jeff Bezos is gonna fly around in a half rocket suit. And he's gonna be like, dude, I'm Iron Man. I'm telling you right now, we're probably. Dude,
he doesn't save anybody. He's just having a good time.
He's literally, he's like, I made this suit that can fly around like a rocket. And they're like, what are you doing with it? Flying. What else would you guys do with it, right?
But he'd be even lamer though. People would be like, oh my God, it's Iron Man. He'd be like, no, my name's Jeff. Hi. Nice to meet you.
How hard would that be though? If one day we're just the fallout of the world starts and, we've got people controlled by Neuralink trying to attack each other, people that aren't being attacked, and then we're all trying to in hiding, and we see a broadcast of a man in a suit with a voice changer. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna save all of you." And it's fucking Zuckerberg, and he comes out in some crazy shit he's been building for years just for this fucking occasion, dude.
That sounds like the shittiest apocalypse and the most likely thing to happen in our timeline.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it's truly, the more you talk about it and think about it, you're like, well, these motherfuckers do have the money and the capability to do all of these things that we're talking about right now.
Dude, with it. There was that guy that was building the repulsors and everything in his garage, and he just disappeared out of nowhere. Well,
so I have a theory.
The Marines have jetpacks now, and we know about it. So.
Yep. And the hydro propulsion packs that they've been using for a long time. Hydro. Speaking of Hydra, how do you feel about Thunderbolts? You been watching all the trailers for it?
I've seen a few of them. I haven't seen all of them.
I think it looks pretty solid, dude. I'm not gonna lie about it. I think for as big of Marvel fans as I am, I think that they just need to come back.
I'm operating from a point of view of like, I knew as soon as they announced Thunderbolts that I'm like, it's not going to be anything like what the comic books were, because it's not going to be Deadpool and the Punisher, and it's not going to be as bloody and brutal. It's not going to be what the comic books are. So I wasn't sure what they were going to do, but it's cool that they have Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, and it's cool that they're doing
especially because he's coming out in Captain America, which is like months beforehand. So he's definitely going to be in the Thunderbolts movie for sure.
It's funny because people always say that DC is like ripping off Marvel, but like they just rip each other off back and forth. Because like Thunderbolts is 100% just a Suicide Squad rip.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah,
they're just trying to get into their villain team.
Yeah,
If
we're talking about ripoffs, I mean, why does everyone think that Namor is the ripoff?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think just because Aquaman became more popular. But
for the
people didn't like the little wings on the feet and Speedo,
which is so crazy to me because
slick back in the elf ears.
Dude, Namor is a fucking dog. His 8-issue run of just the Submariner used to be one of my favorite comics to read when I was a kid. I was like, this dude's a fucking man. He just walks through and beats everybody's ass on a conquest to figure out which one of his Atlanteans is being a terrorist.
Yeah, but he named himself after a sandwich. So.
When did the Namor sandwich come out? The Submariner, my bad. The submarine sandwich.
It likely originated in the early 1900s with Italian immigrants. Oh, the exact origin of the submarine sandwich also known as a sub.
So maybe it's named after Namor.
Maybe. But then he would be named Capicola.
It's like Polka Dot Man, but worse.
Polka Dot Man. Calendar Man.
You just put holes in people and they bleed to death?
Is that what he does?
I don't know. We just making it up.
Calendar Man.
I thought you said Colander Man.
No, Colander Man.
That's why I was saying. That's why I said put holes in people and they bleed out. Oh, you're like a colander. Yeah,
Calendar Man was. I thought you were talking about Polka Dot Man.
No, at first I said Polka Dot Man, and then I thought you said Colander Man, being funny, just making up a super villain.
No,
and
Calendar
I was like,
Man, dude. That's another like Z-list Batman. Yeah.
Calendar Man's a bitch.
You wouldn't say that on Friday the 13th.
The only person that I'm scared of in the Batman villains, besides Joker, obviously, is a Scarecrow. That motherfucker's dangerous. If you really think about it, he's a psychopath.
That's fair.
That fucking.
You wouldn't be scared of Killer Croc or
no, bro. I'm fighting Killer Croc all
like
day.
The giant monsters that would just murder the shit out of you.
Have you never seen my superpower?
No, I haven't.
All right, give me a second. I gotta go power up. I almost killed you. Bruce almost died. Today he lives.
What did I do that inspired that? I just want to make sure to never ever do it again.
You're telling me, listen, let's paint the picture right now. You're telling me, Bruce, it's like 11:18 p.m., right? You've been in the bar since 6 p.m. when work ended. It was a rough day. You're like 10 shots deep, a little groggy, kind of moving around. And you're walking down the street and you're like, oh shit, dude, I can take this shortcut down this alley real quick. And I live right on the other side of the block. It's easy. You start going down the block, like down the alley, and it's dark, and you see a figure. It powers up the same way I just did. And they just sprint at you. You're not scared?
I'm aroused, but I'm not scared.
It's like the same thing. I mean, how did you feel when you were watching Terrifier 3?
I actually haven't seen Terrifier.
I'm not going to watch that movie.
I'm not that into the like gore.
Yeah.
That
gore is not my shit. I haven't seen Repo.
No, I saw Repo, but
I heard it was too gory, and I was just like, if someone's telling me it's too gory.
You talking about which? There's like Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah, Genetic Opera. Yeah,
it was kind of gory. It was a musical. It was.
Yeah,
fun,
I know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty decent, but I didn't think it was that gory, I guess. But
if you're saying that, I'll watch it. I remember like in high school,
there's definitely some parts.
The scene kids, like the scene girls, were like, "Repo, that's a good movie. It's super gory," and I was like, "Okay, cool." So not watching that.
Not watching.
Yeah, I mean, like I was like, I make choices for myself most of the time. When you do glaring things like that, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Saw, but I was like not really into the whole torture porn part of it, more into the like detective story. So and then it really got shitty after about
first three. Yeah, so the first three movies I'm solid. Mm-hmm. Fourth one, because the fourth one's where like Jigsaw dies, right?
And then it starts to get really wild after that with like the other detective. It like doesn't make any sense anymore.
The second movie, I think the first movie.
Now Chris Rock is involved. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. When I think of Jigsaw, I genuinely the first thought in my mind is Scary Movie 3.
Yeah. Dude, Scary Movie honestly is where my brain goes to so quickly for a lot of the classic horror tropes. Like horror tropes. Like fucking every time I think of Scream, I think of Scary Movie.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I made my girlfriend watch I Know What You Did Last Summer for the first time, like back in October, and she was like, "This is what they're making fun of in the first movie." Yes. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You had no idea, did you?"
They were not real. That's just like an urban legend.
Yeah.
All right.
Then.
Well,
I was like, man, how would they continue the Saw series?
Well, I don't think. To be fair, the story I heard, I don't think was that they just threw her in with the pit of needles. I think it was
there
more
was some
that
mixed in.
they had spilled a bunch in there, and then they like got them all out. But it's like
there could have been,
but they were all mixed in together. So now it's really scary.
When you think about it, in that scene, she's literally telling him, "I don't want to go in," and she gets pushed.
Yeah.
So if like she felt any type of real fear there, like that's how you get a real good scene. I mean, like think about in Django when his blood, like when he cuts his hand, and they're all like, "Oh shit, cut the scene," or like ask him to, and he's like, "Nope,"
and he just rubs it all over.
And her face is like audible, like she's like, "This is real fucking blood you're smearing on my face." She probably could have like
sued him. She wanted
literally,
to,
bro. What if he had fucking
crazy.
HIV or something? You know what I mean?
I mean, Leo, he got that dog in him, dude. You don't know
he got
what
that. He got that youngin in him.
Yeah.
Love you, Leo. One of my favorite artists and favorite actors. But like, dude,
he's great. But
he has some really fucking solid movies. All right, so I'll even say like this: it shouldn't be replicated, 1000%. But that man killed it in What's Eating Gilbert Grape
for sure. Yeah,
he was like 18 years old, acting his fucking heart and soul out.
Tropic Thunder. I'm not going to say it, but. Come on.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, that movie's classic. Johnny Depp.
Leo picks good movies.
It's not like the fucking Gerard Butlers of the world.
Yeah,
or every movie that they get offered. Nick Cage, dude. Honestly, though, I kind of love some of the shitty Nick Cage movies. Like Willy's Wonderland is like iconic to me. I love that.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? You should watch it. I love that movie. So it's like, obviously, it's like a riff off Five Nights at Freddy's, you know? Straight spoilers. I'm assuming you don't care. He literally, like, it's just like the whole movie is basically Nick Cage going back and forth between fighting animatronic robots that are like come to life and trying to kill him, and then taking his 15-minute break in the break room, slamming energy drinks and playing pinball. It's the wildest fever dream of a movie, and he doesn't deliver a line throughout the entire, he doesn't say one word in the whole film, which I imagine made it a lot cheaper. It's called
Willy's Wonderland?
Willy's Wonderland, yeah. Watch that shit, dude.
That sounds crazy.
It's iconic, amazing. Then they came out with the actual Five Nights at Freddy movie, and I watched it, and I was like, I don't care about this at all. Where's Nick Cage? I don't.
They're making a sequel to that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I only cared about Five Nights at Freddy back in Game Theory days with Matt Pat. You ever watch any of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he was explaining Five Nights, I mean, dude, we were in high school.
Yeah, I think the concept, like the whole idea is really cool. The horror games with the animatronics and stuff. I just don't really care for that style of like point and click management style game very much. So
I don't play a lot of horror games either, to be honest.
I like horror games. I just don't.
I mean,
I like them. I like games that I have a little more immersive control of the character and stuff.
How'd you feel about Outlast?
Outlast is pretty good. I didn't play a lot of Outlast.
I played 1, the DLC, and 2. What games would you recommend then for horror games?
Oh man, I haven't played anything super recent. Among the Sleep, have you played that? You literally play as like a little toddler.
Oh, sure.
And it's a horror game, and like just the walking, crawling mechanics and everything is fucking crazy. That's a really, really good one. It's not that scary either, but it's definitely got like the horror motif.
You're like playing as a baby.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy as fuck, actually.
Yeah, it's super crazy. Like I said, I haven't played anything like super recent horror games, though. I'm sure there's a lot of like wild stuff out now. Of course, Resident Evil, like the newer Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I haven't played a single Resident Evil. It's something I'm slacking on life. When I was growing up, my cousins played Resident Evil and Kingdom Hearts, and then like I got into Kingdom Hearts when I was a little older, but still haven't played I think they're super dope games. I just haven't ever played them.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is like one of the best games ever made. A lot of the other ones are kind of trash, but 7 and 8 are good. Both really good. Very different, way different tone than the whole rest of the series. But
how do you feel about Dead by Daylight?
I haven't played Dead by Daylight, actually.
Really? Yeah. Have you ever played Dead by Daylight? Some DBD? I love DBD. I played for a long time. I stopped like a couple years ago, but I was a rank 1 survivor for like 6 seasons in a row.
Sick. I would play.
Yeah, the game's fun.
I don't really have people.
There's a certain thrill that I feel when I play that game, when I can assess the killer in a match and realize I'm better than that player. So then I just like purposely like run in circles around them and just like piss them off the whole game. Like it just makes me fun. It like when I finish the match, I'm like, oh, that guy's probably really mad. Or girl, whoever's playing. There's a lot of girls that play Dead by Daylight, actually, like a surprising amount. It's really funny because then like they don't get want to get on voice chat in a match because like as soon as like someone hears like they're a girl, like some guy's like, oh hey, how's it going? Can I message you after this? You want to get on a PlayStation party? It's like, dude, let the girl fucking play a game. It's like Call of Duty lobbies, dude. I swear to God, like anytime a girl gets on a fucking lobby on the mic, either someone's like, shut up, bitch, or they're like, oh my God, it's a girl, and they like start freaking out.
No, what you gotta do is immediately explain to her how to play the game because she's a girl.
Typically,
so she's not going to be doing very good.
I get where you're going.
So you have to teach her how it works and explain the controls and mechanics of the game at a finer level as if she was a child, because girls just don't. They're not real gamers. Okay, on real gamer time.
Hashtag cancel Bruce.
If I go down, you're going down with me.
It just smells when I pull it out.
No, I've never done that. But one time, real story, I did. I was going down. I was in the passenger seat driving through the town with my friend, and we're going past the courthouse in the town I live in. And this guy is walking down the street, and he's got his whole hand down the back of his pants, digging in his ass. And I know it's all the way in because I can see the waistband of his underwear. So I know he's deep in there. And he then pulls his hand out, brings it to his nose, sniffs it. He does one of the, he goes, whoa, recoils. And then he goes back in, deep sniff. And I swear to God, I leaned about halfway out of the passenger window of that car and I went, I saw that! And I pointed at him. He jumped about 6 feet, fucking looked at me like a deer in headlights. And I think about it all the time. So I can only imagine he thinks about that daily. The shame I hope this man carries. I was like 17 when this happened. This was like 11 years ago.
It was a plug. He was making sure the plug was in his butt.
Damn. That deep sniff, though, he was a freak for sure. That boy was on something.
Oh, that boy's on Diddy's VIP list.
Yeah, right out in front of the courthouse too, bro. Just waiting to get arrested for that shit. He's like, someone come stop me.
That was gross.
That's a core memory for me now.
that's pretty rough, brother. I'm not gonna lie about it. What did it smell like?
I didn't sniff the. You think I jumped out of the? No, I mean, give me one, brother. Give me one. Let me get in on that. Let me get.
Why didn't you stop the car? Like it should have been priority number one. But like, what does it smell like to make you go back?
Actually,
like, what did it smell like for you to go back for the second time? I need to know because here I am now. We're talking about 13 years later.
And wow, I'm like, vanilla cheesecake. How did you do that?
Vanilla cheesecake is great. It probably looked like vanilla cheesecake.
Big Mac sauce, dude. It's Make Me Bad 35.
Yeah, stroke the giraffe's tail. Oh yeah, get it. Yeah.
Classic. Deep cuts. Deep cuts.
Deep cuts for real, dude. Make Me Bad 35. OG to YouTube. If you're watching this ever, you changed my comedy for life.
Dude.
Now it's deranged and I get uninvited to a lot of family gatherings.
Yeah. It's very unhinged early YouTube shit for sure. For sure.
That Shia LaBeouf thing.
Yeah, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yes. That is the fucking goated.
The like play thing.
They do there's a live action play version of it. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Dude, Shia LaBeouf went on like a crazy transformation train too.
He went from rapping on Sway to being not allowed in most facilities.
Yeah, dude. Like Southside Shia, bro. Like what?
Remember Eagle Eye?
No.
The movie? You never saw that?
I never saw Eagle Eye.
This movie where like I don't remember exactly what happens, but him and this other lady, essentially like a random government number is calling them and telling them to do things.
It's
like actually like people are getting killed and like assassinated.
And they're like calling them, they're like, do this in 30 seconds now. And
I miss those kinds of movies.
Yeah,
that was like a huge trope of movies. Yeah, just like someone's telling you to do something. Remember Heat? Heat's a fire.
I don't think I saw Heat either.
Or is Heat the movie I'm talking about? Yeah, Heat the movie. Or no, was Heat the movie? Real quick, look that up.
You're thinking of Air Bud with a dog,
like
dude. With Sandra Bullock, right?
You're thinking of Blind Side.
No, Sandra Bullock's not. This is the movie I'm thinking of. This is the movie I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Speed
with Keanu Reeves.
No, I wasn't. Is Keanu Reeves in Speed? Yeah, driving the bus.
You're thinking of The Matrix.
No, I was thinking of the other one.
With Melissa McCarthy?
No disrespect, but I honestly don't think Melissa McCarthy is that funny.
You're thinking of Mike and Molly.
Man, I'm thinking of Jack and Jill, Jim Carrey.
With Adam Sandler?
Are you talking about Andy Samberg and Hot Rod?
I think we're talking about Bill Hader and his SNL performances.
No, now you're talking about Grown Ups.
You're right. I was talking about The Grinch 2.
2?
You didn't see the sequel?
The one where Mufasa comes back to life?
And they sing the song about being brothers.
Is that the one that has a line?
Brother.
That's what we gotta do, bro. We gotta just go out in the wild and find a random person to just harass them belligerently and get famous off of it.
That is what you should do, actually, is just take a camera around and just shove it into a random stranger's face and just berate and belittle them for challenges and prizes and money.
What if we just started a YouTube channel called Farts and you run up to someone with a camera and put it in their face, and then I run up and I jump and I fart in their face, and then we just run away?
I like it, but the name's got to be taken. What if we start a campaign where we make See You Next Tuesday t-shirts and we just go find groups of 2 people walking around together and we go up to them with a camera and we go, hey, slap your friend and you win this t-shirt.
That's gold.
See if people...
Knowing how people are nowadays, we'd probably make someone super famous. For slapping
Get another hawk to a girl.
Yeah.
Get another rugged meme coin out of it.
It's got to look fire. It's got to be cold. It's got to be a nice design. It's got to look super dope. Like outright just slap the shit out of them, or like, here's this, slap them with it.
No, like slap them across the face and you get this t-shirt.
Are we going to give it to them for like light slaps, or like violence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violence is the way.
We're about to be in
This is America.
Russian America anyway, so.
Yeah. This is America.
I mean, how long is it going to be America with those Enron eggs until the apocalypse happens and Zuck has to come save us again?
That you're really going hard in this theory, aren't you? So this is okay.
I'm telling you, bro. You're not. No one's gonna believe me, and that's why I'm gonna be real. That's why it's gonna be real. Everyone's gonna be like, "That's not Zuckerberg, dude." I'm like, "Dude, that's the big Zuck.
That's the big Zuck.
That's the big Zuck right there." So look, I was explaining this to Michael. You got to go watch Dark, bro. I can't keep telling you this. I watched the 2nd season. It's about this town in Germany. I didn't even hear your joke. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Not worth repeating. I said I'm still trying to finish Light.
The dad joke's got to stop. The dad joke's got to stop.
Never.
You're hurting my soul.
Never will they stop.
My rib cage is going to burst open. It's going to say dad from all the dad jokes that you utter.
Like a xenomorph. Just
the new Alien movie was hard.
I didn't see it. Romulus. I haven't seen.
You didn't watch Romulus?
That's gonna be,
bro.
everything.
It's got the fucking gnarliest chest burster scene.
Does it?
It was like uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, but it was like that one's rough. Nice. Typically the chest burster is like whatever. This one was like ripped open just one part of her breast palate, and dude, it was and like they showed the animatronics from how they made it, and like it was pretty fucking gnarly. I'm not gonna lie, there is one really stupid movie I think at the end of the movie, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. But the movie is fire.
Nice. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I need to watch a lot more movies. Most of the time I watch everything with Haley, and she doesn't really like movies, so it's hard to.
You guys are on TV shows?
Yeah.
What you been watching lately?
So we're still finishing the Squid Game. We've been watching we watch a lot of competition reality stuff.
That's real.
So we've been watching like The Traders.
What is The Traders?
So it's like a competition show where all these people go and they do these different competitions to add money to a collective prize pool. Except for it's got like a mafia twist where most of everybody is what's called a faithful, but then like 3 or 4 of the people are traitors. And then every night the traitors get to vote and get to decide to murder somebody off from the faithfuls. And then every day the faithfuls have a banishment ceremony where they get to choose to banish somebody from the game and figure out if they're a faithful or a traitor.
So it's Town of Salem.
Yeah. And then at the end of the game, if there's any traitors left over, they win all the money. And if there's all faithfuls, they get to split all the money.
Yeah. That's actually kind of fire.
Yeah, it goes pretty hard, honestly. It's
how many
pretty
people
good.
are in it? Like 16?
So yeah, about that. And the Australian one, there was like 20 plus people when they started.
So they were trying to play a match. They were trying to have a match.
Yeah,
like,
Australia does. Dude, Australia does the
it.
fucking reality shows right. Like Australian Survivor.
I was gonna watch a show on Netflix. It's like Culinary Class Wars or something like that. What really got me is there was the scene where like they had to grocery shop from a convenience store and make meals, and this dude made tiramisu from like all the shit inside of like a Korean convenience store, and it was like it looked fire, and the judges like all like stopped eating everyone else's food, and like we're like, this is delicious, like truly, yeah.
truly best competition cooking show, Guy's Grocery Games, bro.
So
Hands
listen,
down.
I'll give you.
Hands down.
I'll give you. Okay,
Don't
but
come for Guy
if you're
Fieri,
gonna-
bro. Don't do it.
When it comes to me, I think the perfect kitchen competition show is Chopped, without a question. Especially the viewers' choice baskets. Motherfuckers be like, let me open this up. Oh shit, I got green lime jello with fucking nothing inside of it. Oh wow, I got a can of fucking whole chicken cooked inside of a
Chop
can.
just tries to be too dramatic. For
No,
me.
bro. No, they
I
do.
can't.
They do viewer episodes where
Yeah.
like the viewers like so they do round 1 on Twitter, round 2 on Instagram, round 3 on
Yeah.
Facebook, and like motherfuckers get to vote the shit, and it's gross. And you're like, oh, you have to make a meal out of this. Like it's, and I think it's so. I do
Yeah.
get your.
They do kind of similar stuff on Grocery Games, not viewers, but it's
What's
like
that? Alton
they'll
Brown
have like
one?
have to use this ingredient or whatever.
Cutthroat Kitchen.
Cutthroat Kitchen, yeah, that's
a good one. The Alton Brown
Yeah, I
one.
was gonna say Alton Brown.
Yeah.
He's
They have to run
yep.
into that small little cabinet that 60
He's got his
seconds to
hands
go
in
shit.
the cooking shows.
Dude, Alton Brown's
man.
the goat, bro. I
He
used to
is.
watch Good Eats
Goated
growing
for
up all
sure.
the time.
Good Eats,
Yeah,
yep,
Good Eats was the
yep.
shit.
He's
I
that
learned how to
guy.
make gummy candy because of Alton Brown. Fucking, let's go, brother.
Candy.
Infuse it with a little bit of.
No, I'm putting a fucking kilo of crack cocaine.
Oh damn!
And then I share them with my grandmother.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
She's
what
pretty chill
grandma's
lady.
about.
We
She's
get-
pretty chill, lady.
Yeah, we get on our we get on our skateboards and go rip some shit. You know what I'm saying? She cracked her hip last week, but we just gave her a bump. She was good afterwards. Grinded a nice rail afterwards.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard. She's got hard knees for an 80-year-old.
That is how American healthcare works.
American healthcare, you can go hurt your body and do some drugs to save it. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad got a kidney removed. Quit crying about it. Do a bump and fucking get back to work.
Yeah, straight up.
Jesus
Just staple this shit together with a regular stapler.
This is America. You got bills to pay. You need a paycheck coming in. Almost kicked him out of his own house.
How old are you?
This was last week.
Oh shit, yeah. Damn, that's real shit.
Ruthless.
Ruthless. You gotta do it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
what is he, like 97?
Yeah, and he's just, still working, but not hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
He's gotta get to 60 hours. If he's not hitting 60, then like what do you do with your life?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's we live in a society where like we all know you work until the day you die so that you can make someone else happy.
Yes.
you
Paying
know?
heavy rent.
Heavy.
Heavy
Oh, yeah.
rent. If you're
Like-
not, that's the American way. If you're not
$7
paying
grand
heavy
minimum.
rent
$7 grand minimum.
for a studio.
75 hours a motherfucking day. what are you looking up? That's such a funny Google search.
That
It's
is
just like the audio. It's funny.
You got soft hands, brother. You got soft hands. You ain't never worked a day in your goddamn life. 85 hours a motherfucking day. Goddamn motherfucking
85
yeah,
hours
brother.
a motherfucking day.
That's what I'm talking about right there. 500-hour work week, or you're on some pussy shit.
Straight up, bro.
I don't even know my own family. Never met them. Why? Because I was at work.
Providing.
Yeah. Hell
Providing
yeah.
for you.
What a man does.
How do you think you got to eat your ramen noodles out of the toilet bowl? I paid for it. Those noodles are expensive, dude. That cardboard shit, it's not good for you, and it's not good for how much I have to work for it. I'll tell you that. My back hurts. I just
Yeah.
want to get home in that 5 minutes I have to sleep and rest and eat my meals, and I want a back rub. And I look at the wife, and she's always like, I'm raising the kids. What am I supposed to do? Like, really? I just worked 500 minutes in the last hour.
Yeah, so I don't care about them damn kids.
Jesus Christ. Those kids, they're not even mine. They are, but they're not. Like, I'm not even there enough for me to claim them. I feel like we definitely like tipped a line. Tip to toe.
Always tip.
Toe to tip.
Always tip your server.
You know how to mambo?
I know how to black mambo.
What's the difference?
It's the fastest snake in the world. Super venomous.
Is the black mambo the fastest snake in the world?
I don't know. I made that up. It's
No,
one
he
of
said
it's one of
fastest.
those. It's the
He said-
most. It's
he
the
said
most something.
fastest.
Fastest.
Look up
death.
most fastest.
most fastest snake in the world. Look it up like Tommy Pickles. Yeah, just like that.
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder. Okay.
Like the
The
Transformer.
one is that the one that moves sideways in the fucking sand? Is that can't be the fastest snake? That's crazy.
Also known as the desert sidewinding horned viper. Yep, that's the one you're talking about.
18 miles per hour. That's actually very
That bitch is
slow for
outrunning you.
fastest. For like fastest animal in the species. 18
For how
miles
long?
per hour.
I bet it's holding it for at least 60 seconds. You think you can run 18 for 60 seconds, Mike, right now? I'll get in the car right now, bro. We got enough space that we can whip down the road.
All right, but we're putting real stakes on it. So he's gonna go 18, and you got to run in front of the car.
See,
So if you can't maintain 18,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but earlier before you got to my house for the carpool, I put on a metal mesh grate that has these blades on it. So no stress.
Little
You probably
cattle catcher
you should probably
action.
run 19
Yeah.
just to be safe.
20 if you can get there.
As someone who fucking ran track in college, 18 miles per hour is pretty fucking quick. Especially if you can hold that speed. It's about holding that. Like, how long is that snake moving at 18 miles per hour? Probably for a second.
What's your max speed?
I don't know. I think when I have this vivid memory of being 12 and like running next to my mom when she was driving the car and like telling me how fast she was going. I think I hit like 25. I felt really good about myself, but my mom was probably lying to me.
25 sounds like it's crazy.
I
fast,
have,
but also
and I
don't
might
know.
not look like it because I'm skin and bones now, but I did run a 10-700 in college.
No, I feel like you look like a runner.
Jump or two. I mean, I did long jump, broke my school record, ran hurdles, broke my school record. Went to college, got diagnosed with Crohn's.
That's what we should really do is we should there's like a Love on the Spectrum, and now they have Down for Love. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen Down
that's,
for Love.
That's a real thing. Down for Love.
the
Yeah,
fact that
it's
it's
just
a
getting worse. It's fucking wild. But no, so we just gotta get in. We gotta get in on this trend, and we create Loving with Crohn's.
Loving with Crohn's.
Yeah, bro.
Wow. A show where a couple romantically has to fight over time in the bathroom to take a gnarly shit and clean up after themselves.
But they have the same dietary restrictions on dates, so it's cute and romantic. We got to get in on this before somebody else does it. You know, we got to do. They're going to do all the diseases and disabilities. We got to get in on all of them.
Reminds me of this time when I was working at Sprint. I had a buddy. He's pretty dark skinned. You know, I'm pretty light skinned, but I am half black. So he's pretty dark. And I was transitioning to his Sprint store for the day. And he was really close with his boss. His boss was a white dude. And he was telling his boss, like, oh, yeah, this is my friend from childhood. I've known this guy for like 10 years, blah, blah, whatever. And his boss responded, oh, where'd you guys meet? Blackpeoplemeet.com? Like MEAT? Because you guys are both dudes. And I think about that joke sometimes because it definitely past the line on racism. But it was so good. Blackpeoplemeet.com for gay black dudes. Yeah. I think that's a hilarious joke to just throw on the fly. Like, personally, I think that's fucking hysterical. You cooked the fuck out of me, like 100%. Like, listen, I'm not gonna lie. There's something about a super 100% racist person. They got a vocabulary for cooking people that you can't even fathom. I've heard some people say some shit to me that was racist as fuck, and I could do nothing else but laugh because it was actually funny. And that's fucked up.
Listen,
like,
I don't get racism thrown at me like hatefully. What I get is country ass white dudes who look at me
True.
and they go, oh, I'm going to say some out of pocket shit because you're going to agree with me, right, brother?
Yeah.
And I go, what the fuck did you just say, dude? I also definitely gave a homeless man food one time outside of a restaurant in Cleveland. It was an older black man, and he straight up shook my hand and said, "You can say it one time, hard R." I went,
good. He gave you a straight pass. He said, "Here you go. Say it one time, right in my face." What?
No, yeah, he straight up. He shook my hand. He said, "Thank you, young man. You can say it one time, hard R."
That's crazy. Did you get that man? I would have taken a picture with him. Just for
I
the
didn't
memory,
take.
dude.
I should have taken.
I'd have been like, bro, take a
him.
picture of me right now. Like the guy who gave me my N-word pass. You could have framed that on your wall. You could have put that right there. And be like, this guy gave me the nigga pass. Like, sorry, I can say it. This guy here, when I gave him some food, told me I could say it.
Just once though.
That's hilarious.
Just one
yeah,
time.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
I think maybe once per meal. That's his system.
You ever seen that skit from Key and Peele where it's the old magical Negroes?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, I wish that, all old people were gifted with wisdom, but nowadays they're just gifted with dementia, unfortunately. You're like, hey, what can you tell me about what life was like when you were a kid? Like, what kind of things should I focus on getting older? Or like, I'm starting to realize that, this financial burden of life is pretty hard. Old person looks you in the face. I shit my pants.
Why are all these goddamn gays in the school?
Straight
okay,
up.
Grandpa, let's get you back to bed.
I remember back in my day, I didn't have to sit here and wait to use the water fountain.
I think most people in our generation experienced some weird shit from our grandparents. We're like, oh, you guys were right on that cusp, huh?
You go, like a pretty large spectrum, to be honest. There's some variation, but usually it's one or the other.
For sure.
Sweetheart, racist, dementia. In the middle, there's a lot of those tangents. You know what I mean? Like my grandpa is one of those guys that, he's a vet, and then he worked in the psych ward for a prison for a long time, and he just enjoys himself. Smokes some joints, drinks some tequila, watch some sports. That's it, you know? Pretty chill vibe. He wants me to do mushrooms with him. Kind of scared how that's going to go. I'm not going to lie about it.
Is your grandpa into World War II or records?
Actually, records. He doesn't do vinyls anymore. He used to do vinyl collection, has some stuff like that. But he actually is into really old metal trinkets. And like I'll look at something and be like, Grandpa, what's that? I don't fucking know. It looks cool. Or like he has like driftwood that he like sanded down and spray painted colors. So he has just random colored driftwood in the house. It looks cool. It gives a nice aesthetic vibe to it. But you're just like, what is that?
I feel like 90% of old dudes from that generation, I guess this specifically applies to white dudes, are either in one of two camps, World War II or vinyls. You're either a Beatles guy or you're a secretly likes Hitler guy. Like one of the
It's not, and nowadays it's not even secretly like.
No, it's pretty loud nowadays. Yeah.
Like my mom's always like, I want some grandbabies. I'm like, you think I'm fucking? No offense, but like, you think I'm having kids right now? Like, holy fuck, mom! Like I feel like I'm not competent enough to be alive right now with the fucking state of the world. Why would I try to just go out and find a partner to have a child?
To be fair, I do think more good people need to have good. Create
I
good
agree.
people.
I agree.
That's like how we fix the world. But I agree. I understand your sentiment 100%.
I just get scared of everything that's going on. Dude, I think we referenced this before. Like, they are purposely telling kids that you shouldn't read To Kill a Mockingbird. You shouldn't read Animal Farm. You shouldn't read 1984. Like,
oh, dude, that's why I was talking about, like, I literally want to create,
crazy.
like, a whole, like, books, music, like, movies, DVDs,
Oh, yeah, the whole
VHSs. I
library.
want to create, like, an entire media library at this point. Not only just for, like, my own nerdy collection stuff, but literally just because just like lost media and banned media is something that's actually starting to.
It's going to be a thing.
I'm thinking about it a lot. Like not only like they're banning stuff for sure, but also like literally just through the everything switching to streaming, not having any hard formats of like anything anymore. I feel like we are already losing a lot of shows and a lot of movies where it's like you can't really find this stuff anywhere because it's not streamed anywhere.
When's the last time you saw a commercial for a DVD player or a Blu-ray player?
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up,
I mean,
agree.
literally, the when we got our PlayStation 5, you have to pay extra to get the one with the
disc.
fucking disc drive. Yeah,
100%.
It's crazy. And like, I remember when like that was the whole thing. This was years ago now, but Charlie Brown was bought and put on exclusive to Apple TV. I haven't seen any Charlie Brown stuff since then, and I'm like, not that I super care that much, but I feel like
Christmas, Halloween.
Peanuts was like still. It was such an old thing, but it was still like a staple to our generation, and it's not going to be that anymore because Apple.
There's no
made it exclusive.
There's something about like I think it to go off that point. Every family and every home in America, regardless if you paid for cable or not, you had Channel 7. And every holiday, Channel 7 would play Peanuts, the theme special, and that was something for the children to do. And they have completely like that's no longer an option. Your house.
Now I gotta fucking.
I'm gonna
hang
call
out
your
with them.
house the Library of O'Hara. You don't know what that is, but in One Piece, there is a whole island that was destroyed by the government and like erased from history because they had a library it was the library of the world, and it had information on every subject that ever exists in the world, and they started focusing on something they shouldn't, so the government blows up the whole fucking island and destroys all of their information.
Do they do that with one of those Enron eggs?
Honestly, I'm telling you right now, bro, the Enron egg got announced today. I know for a fact that somebody at home was like, I will blow up every home in America.
I'm going to strap one to my back and build an Iron Man suit and be the most powerful thing you've ever seen. Be Nuclear Man. There is a thing that we saw on TikTok of like this couple watching one episode of One Piece every day with their baby. Like ever since their baby was born, they watch one episode every single day.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Good memories. I mean, like you're talking about right now, close to 4 years worth of episodes almost.
Right.
3.5. My buddy, really close friend of mine, actually, when I was trying to get him to watch One Piece for like a month, and he was just watching all this other anime, and I was getting so frustrated. I was like, bro. He was like, I watched like 6 episodes. You know what's good? I'll watch more. But I was like, dude, just fucking watch 30 episodes. Like, take your time, whatever. Just stop watching other anime. Just watch that. If you don't like it, turn it off. And we came back to work after the weekend one time. He said, bro, I tripped balls on shrooms and watched One Piece for 8 hours and cried yesterday. I love the show.
So now he's like all caught up.
Oh,
and
he's
everything?
super caught up. Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
shit.
tattoos based
Okay.
on it. Yeah, so this was years ago.
I've been reading a lot of comics lately. is what
Yeah,
I've
you were
been
telling me about the Absolute runs, dude. I've actually like that Absolute
fire.
Batman has piqued my interest a lot, actually. I saw a fucking article about Absolute and Superman today. Real quick, for our viewers at home, we'll explain real quick. So DC just started some new Absolute runs of their characters. There's an Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman, and then just the Absolute Power.
If you're familiar with comic books like Marvel, it basically works like Marvel's Ultimate Universe.
Yep.
It's kind of like an alternate universe. They've made some changes to the characters and freedom to how they run a little bit, and
It's crazy, Mike.
restarted these new series.
He was
It's
telling
pretty
me about the Batman one. He said, well, I don't want to fuck it up. So if I do fuck up, you just explain it. Tell him about Batman.
Oh, it's brutal, man. It's still classic Batman, pretty faithful to I think what a lot of the core Batman tenets are, but it's a very, very different character origin and very brutal. It's got kind of almost like a Frank Castle feel.
Nah,
without
tell
saying too
Michael
much,
the
but-
origin.
Tell Michael the
Yeah.
origin. So,
Bro,
spoilers.
he was-
Skip ahead if you want to read it.
He was
but,
telling me the shit on the phone. I was like, yo, that sounds fucking crazy.
But I'll just straight up tell you there is no Wayne Fortune. He's not rich at all. His dad was a teacher, and he was in his class with his dad, and they were at a school field trip at the zoo when Joe Chill showed up, and he was a mass shooter that just started shooting up the place and shooting a bunch of people. And his dad, Thomas Wayne, rushed all the kids into this place to hide, and then, disappeared himself and got shot by the shooter. And it was the Bat House that he locked them all in. So then Bruce Wayne grows up to basically be this like super diligent student and athlete, and kind of becomes like an engineer and architect a little bit. And then he starts working at all different kinds of places throughout Gotham City. Like he's working in the sewer systems. He's working as like a construction worker on high rises and stuff all over the city. He's working as a road worker. He's interning at City Hall. So he's like learning everything about Gotham City, the ins and outs and everything. And then he just like engineers this super crazy bat suit, and is kind of like again, it's kind of got this Frank Castle vibe. So there's no, like, he's not rich. He's just got this suit and all this tools that he like built. And then he's got safe houses all over the city. Instead of like a single bat cave, he's got like these like little nests almost set up all over the city. Yeah. And then he's just like super, still doesn't kill anybody, but he's like insanely brutal, like knives and axes and shit. And like, super, super crazy.
Straight up Punisher Batman.
Yeah. Like the ears
Sounds
on
crazy.
his cowl. He like grabs them and pulls them off, and they're knives.
That'd be
Bro,
It's pretty
bad.
insane.
He was telling me,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta read it. I was like, I gotta read this run. Sorry for the spoilers. If you're back from the spoilers, apologize. You know what needs a comic run? I know it's had one before, but it needs a solid run. Ben 10. I feel like a Ben 10 comic would be fucking crazy.
That would go pretty hard. I didn't know Ben 10 had a comic. That's interesting.
It did, dude. Ben 10 spun off into like so many different things, like three or four different TV shows. Like they followed like Ben when he was older.
Yeah, I saw
a different
that.
universe Ben, a
Mhm.
remake of the show, and then like a show where it's like a multiverse. And he knows about the other Bens. Like, I don't know, some weird shit. They have a bunch of movies and specials. They did the live action movies on Cartoon Network back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, where like the dude has like all the machines that are like little bugs or whatever.
I remember the
The movie was not that good, but as a kid,
No.
I thought the movie was fire.
chalked right up there with the live action Dragon Ball movie from when we were
Please
kids.
don't ever. No, it's not. No,
That was
it
one of
was
the-
not that bad.
That was one of the best anime adaptations of all time. Dog.
Chat, we gotta kill Bruce.
Did you see the picture of Andrew Tate that's going around?
No.
Where he's got like, it's just so funny because like I think he hasn't really been seen in a while, but it's a picture of him and his hair is grown out and you can just see like how bald he is, and he just looks like an absolute goblin. Like he looks like
How is he not in prison?
he's like on house arrest in Romania. I'm pretty sure can't leave his house. So
He needs to be in jail for sex
yeah.
trafficking.
Yeah,
What
100%.
was it, like over 40 women or some shit like that?
I don't know, dude. He's a
Dude, yeah.
piece of shit.
Holy fuck.
He's just aggro on Twitter and
Yeah.
talks about being like alpha male and top specimen when he has no chin and
Dude,
fucking yeah.
the whole
he
alpha
literally
male
looks-
wave is
He looks like a human bred with a house elf.
put him in the same jail as Diddy.
Yeah.
Who else is in that jail with Diddy right now?
What? Oh yeah, it was Luigi. Yeah, it was Diddy and
but
Luigi.
somebody else is in there too.
Oh, there's another guy. There's another person in there
Yeah,
too.
there's somebody else in there, and then Luigi got put in the same prison.
Luigi, you know what to do.
I feel like we can't talk about Luigi Mangione. We'll get fucking.
Oh, dude,
we
free
get isolated
Luigi.
for real.
I'll talk about Luigi all day long. Free Luigi. That's my boy. Right
My bad,
there.
guys. It's 3:00 in the morning. I keep yawning. I mean, dude, it's terrifying to me that the CEO of a healthcare company had to get killed to like instill some fucking understanding. But at the same time, how is that man getting terrorism charges?
Yeah, I don't know. And like they like perp walked him with like 100 police and the mayor of New York City.
Yeah,
like as if he was like
he fucking was the Boston bomber. Like, dude, they're treating this man like he killed hundreds of people. He literally shot one person. Yeah. I ain't never seen them do this for a school shooter.
I was literally gonna say that like they don't even treat mass murderers like this. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. It's clearly all to send a message and not the one that the people are looking for.
And guess who doesn't give a fuck about that message? The people.
Absolutely.
Truly don't give a fuck. Why do you think Luigi Mangione has so many tweets and followers and shit like that? Dude, yeah. Oh, what was it like at his hearing? It was like the whole booth was just women that have no connection to him. I bet. And they were like audibly crying and shit like
all
that.
All those people they were like multiple companies just sold out overnight of the Luigi hats from Mario. It's
dude, that was crazy. I saw a video of one person with that on, and then everyone was talking about they were sold out. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like people like this is gonna be like one of those undercover symbols of fucking revolution.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me too because that's like the complete antithesis. Like antithesis? Is that how you say the word? Yeah, it's the antithesis of the MAGA hat.
Yeah, it's green.
It's a green.
Yeah,
fuck MAGA, right? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. We get into man. I hate to say it, but America is approaching a civil war. What side are you on? It's like that. I didn't watch the movie.
Cap or Iron Man. Take your pick.
You may be so real. Burn me, crucify me if you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't see what Iron Man did that was wrong. In that situation, in that connotation, S.H.I.E.L.D. is the government. This is what's going on. They already have this many heroes and villains locked up. They have the technology to take care of them. What is the point of going on the run? I think I understand what Cap was doing. I really, truly do. I get the whole, like superheroes should be free, but the Sokovia Accords were put into place. It's not like, I don't know. I have so many feelings about Civil War when I think about the story itself, because like at the end of the day, they were putting Spider-Man in the worst fucking situation possible. Peter Parker got fucked so hard in Civil War, dude. Like in the comic, we're obviously talking about the comics, but like he got fucked bad.
Revealing his identity and then
they fucking coaxed it
and all
the fucking back and forth for what was it 14 15 issues of like him literally not knowing what to do, his family being threatened and shit like that, then Punisher's like threatening to kill him the whole fucking time.
One of my favorite moments in like all of Marvel comics is when Cap is like desperate for support on his side, so he recruits a couple of villains that support the cause, and they come in like street level villains.
Oh yeah,
and Punisher just blam,
literally, dude.
They come in,
Punisher's like
they're bad guys.
Yeah, literally, yeah, dude. The Cap and Iron Man fight after Peter gets hit is fucking. That was emotional because that came out when we were middle school.
Civil War is a great run in the comics.
Dude,
I never watched the movies, but the comics.
That's one of the best runs that Marvel's ever had, hands down. I think when it comes to like some of the runs like that, like in my mind, there's like that for Marvel, and then I move over for DC. I'd say like Blackest Night.
Blackest Night's amazing.
Green Lantern's my favorite.
Justice, an older one, is great. Justice or Kingdom Come.
Yeah,
Kingdom really, really good ones too.
There's something about so for me, Green Lantern's my favorite character. I also think
Parallax is a good one, is a good Green Lantern story too. But Blackest Night is for the more modern ones, especially. Blackest Night is amazing.
It appeals to so many people because you get to see all those other ring bearers.
The full spectrum of the ring bearers, really cool.
Like seeing Flash with the blue ring, you're like, oh, this nigga needs a blue ring forever. Like this is dope.
Dude, Batman with a yellow ring, scary.
It's Scarecrow with the yellow ring.
Scarecrow with
the yellow ring. When I saw that, I was like, that is terrifying. I was like, that's actually like you just put one of the strongest people ever in the universe to existence. Like with the fear ring, Scarecrow. Like really think about the implications of that real quick.
I don't know, man. Crane's kind of a little bitch. I feel like Sinestro is still more.
Oh, Sinestro is easily, obviously, the fucking greatest. But I'm just saying, like since he has such a fear. Well, okay, even not him just as a lantern. being part of the Yellow Corps, being able to spread that much
and
fear.
specifically that he can feed off of the fear too.
That's
You're right.
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
what, like I'm like, dude, like that's like a fucking never-ending battery.
Yeah, he
for
becomes
him.
a battery for it. Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean? Like, it's like he can literally turn an entire fucking planet into a battery for Yellow Lanterns. And then guess what happens? Sinestro kills everyone.
Dude, did we talk at all about the Absolute Superman run? Or
No, we didn't talk about that. Yeah,
Dude, that one's crazy too. Like without saying too much, like he's basically like he's got the suit like seems to assist him in combat and stuff like that, and his cape is like this weird symbiotic free flowing dust that comes out of it, so it can like grab things and like do
that's
stuff.
crazy as fuck.
It's a really interesting.
So
Superman
he's Kal-El,
interpretation.
and he's got like an.
And he's just
suit.
Kal-El. He came to Earth older. He's never met the Kents. He's not Clark Kent.
I think that's also a really crazy concept because like what happened. I mean, like, and I remember you said something about like him going around the world and still help people, but like I feel like the Kents are in like that lifestyle with Clark is what made him kind of have more humanity. So it really makes me interested in what this Superman's going to be like do when something goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like if Lex appears in this universe and he's like a fucking crazy savage person and he does something wrong to Clark, like how does he respond now? I mean, Kal-El, like how is he going to respond? That's going to be it absolutely going to be
a lot more of his morals are built from like Jor-El and Krypton and stuff. It's very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Super excited to see it happen, and I'm super excited for the DCU films to come out too. I just hope they do.
I don't know,
good,
bro.
man.
All right, we already talked about this, man. Clayface is the third movie.
Well, the Matt Reeves has nothing to do with the DCU though. James
Gunn said his third movie is Clayface. James Gunn said in an interview not even 2-3 weeks ago, he said his movies for the DCU are Superman, Supergirl,
and then Matt Reeves Clayface.
The script came from Matt Reeves, but it's still Clayface for James Gunn in the DCU.
Are you sure? Because
Yes,
Matt Reeves and his Batman universe are not.
I know
part of the
that's what
DCU.
I know. That's why I was trying to express that to you that one day. Like I was like, dude, James Gunn literally like everyone in the world was like,
we'll see, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be in the Matt Reeves universe.
Dude, he literally said it was his third on DC. Look it up real quick. Look up James Gunn's future 3 DCU movies. Or just look up James Gunn's future DCU movies. Because like everybody was like, bro, what do you mean the third movie in the DCU's Clayface after Supergirl?
Yeah, but I'm sure he's just talking about like the DC movie run, not necessarily what's in the like what's going to be in the connected universe. You know what I mean? Because I can only imagine like that's got to be based off of what they've done with the Batman and the Penguin. Now that's got to be a continuation on that.
I didn't even know they were doing the Authority. So he's got more. This is fresh.
Yeah, and then the Brave and the Bold. That's going to be our. That's going to be our.
That's
Batman
going to be our
movie.
Batman. Yeah, because they showed that image of it.
And Swamp Thing. Yep, I heard about that too.
Booster Gold is in the middle.
Oh yeah, and there's that Waller show coming out. I'm not gonna lie,
about Amanda Waller.
Fucking hate Amanda Waller, dude. I hate her so much as a character.
Yeah,
and they're making her so important. So I'm like, I gotta read all these Waller I gotta watch all this Waller shit.
Amanda Waller has always been that question mark to me. Swamp Thing.
That's we'll see,
bro. It's just such a weird.
Yeah.
It's just
Swamp Thing's a cool character.
Swamp Thing is a crazy cool character. Don't get me wrong. I love Swamp Thing. I think Swamp Thing and then Marvel's Man Thing, which obviously is a clear fucking ripoff. I think both those characters that were like as kids, I was like, this is dope because it's just a beast.
I like James Gunn movies too. I'll say I liked Guardians of the Galaxy all the way back to the live action Scooby Doo movie. Man, like I like James Gunn's movies. So I'm excited to see.
I didn't like Suicide Squad. I didn't like
the first one. I liked the other one though.
See, I thought the first one was fucking bad.
The first one was bad, dude.
Bad.
Yeah.
The second one was manageable to watch, but I just like by the time I got to the end of it, I was really bored.
Yeah,
and I
Diablo
felt like there was
was so bad. Deadshot as Will Smith as Deadshot, and then when he sees his most desire, you do the whole thing with his daughter, and he wants the money and stuff, and then it's like, what is your biggest desire? Killing Batman? This is not the character that you showed us the whole movie. What are you talking about?
Not one fucking.
And then the fucking. Yeah, it was all tropes and at the end of the Killer Croc, what do you want? BET. What the fuck, dude?
And
what do you do?
The only reason that I didn't like the second one is I felt like, and I guess it's a personal thing too, why reapproach the movie 3 years later? That was a really weird concept to me. And then I felt like because he was trying to reapproach it, he did a lot in the movie. For me, like I felt like there was just a lot that happened in Suicide Squad. Like I was like, wow, this was a ton to happen in a 2-hour film. And just from an aspect of like, I don't think I'm gonna get slaughtered for this one. I don't like Harley Quinn.
No,
I've never liked Harley Quinn. I think
as just as a character in
yeah,
general,
as a
or-
character.
Really?
I think that like in the animated show when she appeared, it was like interesting as a kid, and then as I got older, I was like, I don't know, like I think for me, and I like again, I'm gonna get slaughtered for personal opinions, but it is what it is. For me, my favorite iteration of Batman is the dark. Gotham's a fucking cesspool, detective, savage. That's why I was like, oh shit, like this new Absolute Batman sounds cool. So like for Joker to be like this savage character and then Harley Quinn to be like this super funny counterpart, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I realized that it just started making the Joker as a character more of a comical character than the savage comical character in a lot of iterations with really funny versions of Harley Quinn.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean like well, just from like what I've experienced.
There are a lot of iterations in the comics and stuff also though where they explore the Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship a lot and it gets really dark.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff.
I think
too,
because she is also represents, especially now that she's like more of an anti-hero character, it's like she really shows like the evil of the Joker and the impact that he had. Like he fucking destroyed this woman, and then now she's like kind of refinding herself as this like new.
And I think
she's been used as like a
lot
counterpart to Deadpool.
Everybody, like
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're like, oh, they have this crazy zany character. They're trying to make Harley Quinn the DC Deadpool.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that like her trajectory in the last 10 years has been a lot different.
Mhm.
But I look at when I look at DC and think of like DC films and shows coming out, I don't care about Harley Quinn being the fucking center of something. Like I want to see it. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. The Harley Quinn animated show, I hear really good things about it. I've seen an episode. I thought it was funny and shit like that. Why can't I just get a Young Justice quality Green Lantern show, please?
That'd be cool.
Please, like
cool.
truly, like that's all I'm asking for, right? You know, give me a
Green
good
Lantern. It's
iteration.
unfortunate because there's Green Lantern's so cool, but there's just like not enough public interest.
And he's so titular to
Yeah.
the fucking Justice League and some stories in the DC storyline. Like he's super fucking like, oh man, I don't want to go.
Absolute line like that. Doesn't even have his own line. It's literally.
That's why
just,
I actually when we walked out of the comic shop, I said, bro.
But it
there
is
Absolute
just
Lantern?
Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman that have their own
So it's
lines.
probably going to expand.
So
too,
hopefully, it will, and I think he will be one of the first to get his own line afterwards. But yeah, it is kind of like. I mean, I'm glad for my wallet, but like, it's yeah.
Because like I was excited, like and this is another person. Like I was excited for a Blue Beetle movie. Granted, the movie wasn't that good.
It wasn't
okay.
that great.
It was okay, but it wasn't that good. I was really excited for that. I thought the freshness of bringing, like Booster Gold having a TV show actually excites me. Because I think bringing in freshness of that. Look at Marvel doing the same thing right now. A lot of people aren't getting burnt out because we got force fed the Avengers, and then really quickly when Disney picked up, they're like, we can't keep doing that. Like you got to do some other shit. And when they just tried to force feed us the new Avengers and all this shit for the last year and a half, they were publicly burned for giving us slop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I think we want to see that fresh stuff. That's why Marvel Rivals is kicking off so hard.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers didn't know who Jeff were. Motherfuckers didn't know who Luna Snow was. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it's giving you more comic accurate depictions. So people that are only familiar with the movies too are getting to see other sides of the lore and stuff, and that's really cool. Like,
seeing Thor and then hearing him be an asshole.
Yeah,
Literally.
And then like Iron Man comes in and all the other characters just
like,
talk shit to him
you,
all day.
dude.
They're like,
Yeah,
shut the fuck up, Tony. Like, and he's like literally like Jesus in the MCU.
Yeah, literally.
So people aren't used to that.
I've always thought about that too. Is I'm like, dude, he's hated.
Yeah.
In the Marvel comic universe. That motherfucker has caused so many tragedies, dude.
Like, he flies up, he's like, hey guys, what's going on? They're like, piss off, Stark.
I do love the comment they made though about they're not going to reskin characters.
Yeah, so
They're
like if we
always
get like a
gonna be-
Miles Morales, he'll be his own character. If we get, I like that too.
Because I think War Machine would probably have a cool set.
I agree, and I think that's why I liked that when they said that I was like, oh, so you named Hulk Bruce Banner, so like you'll probably have like Thunderbolt Ross or like you know what I mean,
Red
like other
Hulk,
thing,
like
and then
that,
that'll be your
Maybe we'll get Scar.
Scar would be cool. I mean, they do have the Green Scar costume.
They do
but
have the costume.
the son of Hulk.
I thought that was only in the beta. Is that skin in the game now?
They have the Green Scar, but that's like Hulk from World War Hulk. It's not actual Scar, son of Hulk. So I think
Scar is kind of cool. I think there was a lot of emphasis on him in the 616 universe too, wasn't there?
There was for quite a while. Yeah, I don't know if he's still around because
they did that did that whole run of Planet Hulk and then brought back Planet Hulk where Scar was going through right. That
I don't really know what's going on in Marvel anymore. Like it's just. Like same thing with the movies, as the comics, DC and Marvel. I don't really keep up with the main runs anymore, just because it's so much. But because there was also like years ago, there around the same time or after, there was Dakin, who was the son of Wolverine, and there was a couple other things.
Dude, I forgot all about Dakin.
DC's doing the same thing where they got Damian Wayne and John Kent, and
I heard the John Kent run wasn't that a lot of fans are like giving some negative responses to that. At least what I see on like Twitter and shit, and like on Reddit, people are like, I'm not fucking with this.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I know there's been some fun stuff that I've seen, but I haven't read it.
I've been head deep in some manga.
Oh yeah, what have you been reading?
I'm rereading Kingdom right now.
Okay, just Kingdom is what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't think I've read that.
It is a depiction of it's as historically accurate as it can be of the 7 warring states era in China. So it's the 7 warring states during the last conquest. So it's like the one king of Qin, I forget the dynasty is actually called, but how he takes over China in his one living reign and becomes the first person to unify China into one country. It is fucking savage. And you're like, oh wait, this is real. This shit really kind of happened. Like, if we think about war in the sense of like what was going on in China, they were literally killing millions per year of other Chinese soldiers because they were in just so much war, and they were doing things like this. Like you'll see, so like
it's whole like your Dynasty Warriors shit, dude.
Yeah, but it's super historically accurate. So like you actually like get like okay, there's a I forget what the event's called. This is real life, and I'm gonna have Michael look this up afterwards because this is fucked up. This is like when like Sun Tzu writing The Art of War, and people are like, oh, Chinese people don't know about war. Okay,
is that a stereotype? That is,
people have said that, like Americans would be like, "Oh, we're better at war." No, we're not.
Stupid Chinese guy doesn't know about war.
And just war of that scale is so terrifying. And to know that shit really happened, like people would literally be like, "Hey, babe, I love you. I hope our daughter does fine. I'm going to war." I'm so glad we live right now where we do.
No, that's why men are soft. We need the Coliseum back.
Good 30% of young boys need to drop out of school and they need to practice the blade. Right?
Yeah.
And we need to see that. Like, you know why we can't believe the human feats? We can't believe the human feats of like people building the pyramids. Yeah, because those motherfuckers didn't have a phone or a computer or a TV. They didn't sit on the couch for 30 minutes to rest. They woke up, they said, the sun's here.
Yeah. What are you learning?
They worked.
You learning software engineering? Study the blade, bitch. What are you doing, nerd?
If you can't take a blade from sheath and put it back in sheath with a solid slice in less than 0.4 seconds, I truly I can't call you my son.
Yeah. If you can't kill your enemies with a single blow by the time you're 13, you get left in the forest by yourself for the wolves.
We're going to forge swords out of meteorite pieces. We're just going to break into the Smithsonian, steal some of those meteorite pieces, melt them down, get the slag off of that, and we're going to literally forge our own katanas.
Yeah, absolutely.
I already have the blueprints in my head for the Elden Ring Uchi katana, and I'm going to make it.
I'm going to let my son pick his first style of sword, and he can pick whatever kind he wants, but if he picks a rapier, he's disowned. No son of mine's using a gay man's sword. I kind of fuck with
rapiers. I'm not gonna lie.
No son of mine's using a gay man's sword.
I wrote this anime character.
It's not happening.
Like out of bit. Sorry to end the bit, but I wrote this anime character, or not anime character. This character for one of my series, and they use a rapier, and I don't like rapiers either. But as I was making this character and like designing their growth and shit like that, and trying to figure out how to make them stronger, bro, rapier can be fucking deadly. At least in an anime sense, right? You know what I mean? Like. Fucking it's just the pinpoint accuracy of that kind of weapon, and I think that's something that like I'm a big we've talked about this before, like I'm a big not copying tropes, not copying things. So like when I'm like making abilities and shit like that, like I'll literally try to research and be like, has anyone ever made an ability like this before? Because like there's an anime that's like that or a comic book that's mainstream. I'm like, well, I don't want to copy that ability. I want to make something fresh. It gets into some shit. I did make a character based on porn.
Based on porn.
Yeah, as I was trying to say, it was based on corn, and then I was going to say probably something that was going to be really questionable. But yeah, I did unfortunately say porn right there.
Self-report.
So, anyways, he just pulls out his big ass schlong. He has to like zip his pants, right? And like you think it's normal, and then out of nowhere he's like, and dumps it out, and it's literally a fire hose. You ever seen The Boys?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's the fucking homeboy. Yeah, the big ass dick whip.
Full back to the penis monster.
Yeah. Power Rangers, yeah.
Same guy, same character.
Let's open a fucking pack.
Right, let's do it.
Late.
Let's do it.
All right. What are you opening today, Bruce?
I got this. It's a draft, but it's Lord of the Rings draft.
Hey.
Ooh.
I got a play booster from Foundations from the box I've been opening on my TikTok that I forgot about.
Oh, shit.
Who do you think's got the fire, me or Bruce?
Yes.
I just cracked it a little bit.
That's fine. I gotta move some shit around.
All right. I got a
food and a treasure.
I got an Orc Army token, which will be beautiful for my Sauron deck that I'm building.
And it's Suku's Fire Annihilation's not bad. Hey, you got a 1,000-year storm.
Nice.
Arbiter of woe.
Maybe
What's the
Gollum,
price
patient
on that
plotter.
1,000-year storm right there, buddy? Look at that. 1,000 and then a hyphen to year. Nope, the word 1,000. My bad. I got what you're saying now. I apologize for being a piece of shit, Michael. Jesus. Damn, it dropped in price to 31 cents.
I got
I'm not excited
Faramir,
anymore.
Prince of Ithilien, and Gollum, patient plotter.
Damn, you actually got some good cards. Bruce finally got some hits this time, guys. Hey.
It's Lord of the Rings, bro.
That's facts. I told you that right before we started. Yeah. Ah. Anyways, thanks for letting us ramble today. Today was a hard day.
You got a rough one today.
I did have a rough day today, honestly. I didn't have the energy that I had last week, to come in here and to goof and to clown. I came in looking to frown, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a real fucking downer today, man. I don't know.
I know, dude. I'm not
What your
trying to be.
problem is.
I don't know what it is. I think I just need, you know what I need? I need a tub of creamed corn. And I don't mean a tub. I mean a tub full of creamed corn. And I'm going to lay in it.
God damn. See you next Tuesday.
Are you crazy?